whisper in the wind. JB Web Show. JB Web Show. Missed your license plate. Cool. So let me go take a look inside. What kind of car is this, man?
It's Ford Fusion.
Ford Fusion, brand new, 2011, 2012?
Yeah, 2011.
Damn. It's a really nice car.
Thank you.
It's American made.
Absolutely.
American driven. It's a nice sound system.
Absolutely.
All right, now I'm gonna catch you driving away. I'm gonna put you on my web show, all right? It's an American car, it's badass. Ford Fusion. Thanks, buddy.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JB Web Show. I am JB Webb in the background, courtesy George Michael. Thank you very much, good sir. We've got the traditional sounding, there we go, ding, so that we're on live. Welcome back to the JB Web Show. I am JB Webb and excited to be with you today. I have a great interview with an art activist. He's from New York, here in Orlando, actually, for a good little bit of time. And we're very fortunate today to be able to speak with Josh Garrick. Josh, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
But you're a great guy, man. You've got a lot of stuff going on. So number one, we're calling you on this interview an art activist because you've helped a lot of great artists get into a lot of great spaces all across Orlando here, especially in the last couple of years. But what I think is interesting even more is your background. So maybe we can just jump right into it and then talk about some current stuff you have going on and how people can connect and get into your network. So what's your background? How did you get involved with art? Was it early on? You knew right away?
Yeah, it truly was. My specialty is ancient Greek art, and people say to me, what led you that way? I was raised on a farm in Pennsylvania, if you can actually believe that. I can't even believe it myself. I put it so behind me.
Yeah.
But in 7th grade, I created a little mini Parthenon out of plaster of Paris, and I have absolutely no reason to have done it, and yet it guided my studies for the rest of my life, and I graduated from Columbia University. That's how I got to New York City.
It's fascinating.
I graduated from Columbia University with an MFA and with a specialty in ancient Greek art, and immediately upon graduation headed out to Greece. But,
Wow. Wow. So,
so
how many years were you out over in Greece?
What's that?
How many years were you in Greece?
Well, I wasn't there for years. What I did was I just traveled to Greece a lot, and leading into the fact that my MFA from Columbia allowed me to become a teacher at the School of Visual Arts in New York City, the biggest art school in the country, and that is where my real art education happened. I mean, I cannot say enough incredible things about the years that I spent there, because as a teacher, you were allowed to sit in on the classes of all these incredible famous artists who would come in and they would do these guest lecture things. And I mean, and I made use of it. Believe me, it was just the most unbelievable experience in my life, and it truly formed the way that I see and feel about art, which is very inclusive, which brings us back to why I do the stuff that I do in Orlando, which is basically, I think of myself as like a cheerleader for the arts. I find the stuff that is good, and I try to make people aware of it.
Yeah, no, and you're right. You know, you're hitting it just right, because that's exactly. And we're calling you an art activist because that's really, you know, from my perspective, and given the information about your background, that's and now so you receive some great mentorship, and that's really what you're doing. You're saying, here are the channels. You know, let's identify, you know, where how you can grow as an artist, and so.
Well, back when I was at the School of Visual Arts, I actually worked for a while as the special assistant in terms of putting in these really far-reaching shows. I mean, the School of Visual Arts is a place that's way ahead of its time, and I literally, JB, got to work directly with Silas Rhodes, who was the founder of the School of Visual Arts.
That's incredible.
And I mean, it was an experience that, I mean, there's no amount of money that you could pay for an education that I got listening to this man and the way he interacted with people and how he got art out of people. I mean, basically that's what he did. And I mean, he literally founded this institution that is, as I said, it has my incredible, you know, respect to this day. Anyway, along with that, they allowed me to lead 15 student groups to Greece. I mean, I took
so you've been over there 15 times.
American students to Greece over the years.
Wow.
And by the way, they just contacted me. I may be doing another one next summer.
Wow.
But anyway,
that's awesome.
Last night I was at an art opening, and a woman said to me, "How many times have you been to Greece?" And I said, "I swear to you, I don't even know." I mean, I led 15 student groups, but I mean, besides that, I'd go to Greece as often as I can anyway. So.
Well, that's awesome.
I have to go back in my passports and actually count them.
So that's great. So that's a little bit of history there, and that's what you kept doing, and that gives us a broader understanding of what you're doing now. You have a great columm in the Winter Park Observer each week. It's syndicated now.
Yes.
So
in the Winter Park Observer.
Okay.
Both in the newspaper and online, but now it's syndicated in 8 different places.
Oh wow, that's cool. So tell me more about that.
Readership.
Yeah, so tell me more about that. Is that something that was kind of just brought up to you, or is that something you had to nurture, or how did that happen for you? Because that's a great achievement.
Well, it's one of those kind of crazy stories, because, you know, having come from New York City, I got tired of people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you're from New York, don't you miss New York?" You know, and all the art there. You know, it's too bad we don't have any art in Orlando. And the great thing is that we do have art in Orlando. I mean, I have such incredible respect for not only a lot of the artists that we have here. I mean, right now, for example, at the Manello Museum, which is a museum created, it was created right here. It's a little jewel box of a thing, and
Right, off of Princeton.
The Manello
Right.
Museum right now is an exhibit of Florida artists, Central Florida artists, and it is an incredible exhibit. And so, anyway, at the opening, here I am running around and literally having had the opportunity to work with fully half of them at the time that I worked at Millennia as a curator, because I did that too. Anyway, the column really came out of this idea of people saying to me that we don't have enough art, and I was like, yeah, but we do. And so, I mean, I like theater, I like opera, I like the Philharmonic. I mean, and these are all things that we can be very, very proud of in Orlando. All the more reason, by the way, to build the new Performing Arts Center, but that's a whole other.
There you go. Right, right. We've got some Dwight Howard caliber artists for sure, and
we do. See, that's the thing, and the thing that I don't understand is, you know, with this hold up of trying to build the thing, it's like, come on, they went ahead, they built the new Amway Center, and look what it has done. It has become a phenomenal success immediately.
Right.
The same thing is going to happen with the arts if we build the new Performing Arts Center. It's like, if you build it, they will come.
Right.
I mean, we never would have had
There you
Lady Gaga, 2 weeks ago at the Amway Center if we hadn't built the Amway Center.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's an example. So yes, it is something that we need to do. Get out those shovels, get out the donations, and let's get this thing underway and build a decent Performing Arts Center.
Well, I definitely think you're right on tap, Josh, and I'm going to pop all this info up there. People can find out your website, jjgarrick.com, double R there, double J in the beginning. But I'm going to pop all this up, and, I just want to thank you so much for chatting with us. I want to pop out ways that people can get in touch with you. So, the next step here is really to give you a big congratulations for everything you've been doing in the background.
And I send it back to you, by the way. I mean, you and I are so in sync about the fact that we really love the arts and we want to promote it.
Yeah.
And that is truly what I think you're about and what I'm about, and it's all about getting more people to enjoy the arts that we have here in Central Florida, and that is worthwhile.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And so we want to encourage you to get involved. Go check out this fine man's information, which you can find at jjgarrick.com. He also has a syndicated art column out there, which is from evidence, from everything you've contributed thus far. You're a major, hard-working engineer, in the background and kind of selfishly pushing this movement here in Orlando. So, from the JB Webb Show, again, thanks for your time. We're going to cut right over to one of your most recent shows that you're curating is Shannon Holt, Lee James Art Gallery. All the information will be provided. Please enjoy. Josh, hang on line with me, buddy, will you? All right, thanks. You've been watching the JB Webb and listening to the JB Webb Show. We'll be back. We got plenty of stuff at you. This new exhibit, Sugarcoat, includes seductive glitzed-out paintings and cigar box assemblages made from found and altered objects. The paintings incorporate unfinished drawings, erasures, and undersketches, showing what it is to work through art to the brink of completion. This mixed media collection is inspired by the idea of romantic notions which can conceal life's truth. The work is finished to permanently retain these often sometimes hidden smudgy qualities which have their own honest beauty. All works of art in the exhibit are original and signed by the artist. With all works of art for sale, purchases may be made through Lee James Floral Gallery representatives. A portion of those proceeds goes to Second Chance Animal Rescue. The exhibit will be open on Wednesday, May 18th, with an opening reception set Thursday, May 19th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The exhibit will run through June 12th at the Lee James Floral Gallery, and it's open Tuesday through Saturday 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and admission is free. Lee James Floral Art Gallery is located within City Arts Factory at 29 South Orange in Orlando, Florida. For additional information, please call 407-897-5300.